Kyren Lacy, a name that once sparked hope and excitement in the world of college football, is now synonymous with tragedy. The former LSU wide receiver was found dead in his Houston apartment on April 12, 2025. He was only 24 years old. The news sent shockwaves through the LSU community and the wider football world, leaving many grappling with the sudden loss of such a young talent. While the details surrounding his death are still emerging, one thing is clear. Kyren Lacy's life ended far too soon. His death was ruled a suicide, a tragic end for a young man who seemed to have so much potential. The weight of the world, it seemed, had become too heavy for Lacy to bear. He was facing serious legal troubles stemming from a fatal car crash just months earlier. A dark cloud hanging over him as he tried to navigate his future. The news of Lacy's passing was met with an outpouring of grief and condolences from those who knew him and those who simply admired his talent on the field. He was remembered as a gifted athlete with a bright future ahead of him, a future tragically cut short. In the months leading up to his death, Kyren Lacy was facing immense pressure. The legal case stemming from the December 2024 car crash was looming large, casting a long shadow over his life. Lacy was charged with negligent homicide, felony hit-and-run, and reckless operation of a vehicle after the accident, which resulted in the death of 78-year-old Herman Hall. The charges were serious, and the potential consequences dire. Lacy was facing a grand jury hearing just days after his death, a hearing that could have resulted in a lengthy prison sentence. The weight of these charges, coupled with the emotional toll of the accident itself, proved to be an unbearable burden for the young athlete. Friends and family described Lacy as withdrawn and despondent in the weeks leading up to his death. The once jovial and outgoing young man had retreated inward, consumed by the legal troubles that lay ahead. It was clear that Lacy was struggling to cope with the situation, the gravity of the charges weighing heavily on his conscience. The events that led to Kyren Lacy's legal troubles unfolded on a December night in 2024. Lacy was driving on Louisiana Highway 20 when he attempted to pass multiple vehicles in a no-passing zone. His car collided with another vehicle, setting off a chain reaction that involved a third car. The impact of the crash was severe. One of the vehicles involved, carrying 78-year-old Herman Hall, was sent careening off the road. Hall sustained fatal injuries and was pronounced dead at the scene. The other individuals involved in the accident suffered minor injuries. Lacy, shaken but physically unharmed, fled the scene of the accident. This decision, made in a moment of panic and fear, would have lasting consequences, ultimately leading to his arrest and the charges that followed. The accident, a tragic event with far-reaching consequences, would forever alter the course of Kyren Lacy's life. Section 4. The Aftermath and the Charges. The aftermath of the accident was chaotic and confusing. Police quickly determined that Lacy was the driver at fault and issued a warrant for his arrest. He turned himself into authorities a few days later, accompanied by his lawyer. The charges against him were significant: negligent homicide, felony hit-and-run with death, and reckless operation of a vehicle. The charges sent shockwaves through the LSU community. Lacy, a rising star on the football team, was now facing serious legal trouble that threatened to derail his promising future. He was released on $151,000 bail, but faced a long and uncertain road ahead. The legal process moved slowly, with court dates postponed and the grand jury hearing pushed back multiple times. Throughout this ordeal, Lacy remained mostly silent, letting his lawyer speak on his behalf. The once confident athlete appeared withdrawn and subdued in his court appearances, the weight of the charges clearly taking their toll. He was a young man facing the harsh realities of his actions, the consequences of a single life-altering mistake. Section 5. Early Promise on the Gridiron. Before the tragic events of December 2024, Kyren Lacy was best known for his exploits on the football field. His journey began in Louisiana, where he starred as a wide receiver for his high school team. His talent was evident from a young age, and he quickly became a highly sought-after recruit. Lacy chose to stay close to home, committing to the University of Louisiana Lafayette. He made an immediate impact, starting as a true freshman and showcasing the skills that made him such a prized recruit. Over 2 seasons at Louisiana Lafayette, Lacy played in 24 games, establishing himself as a reliable target and a dangerous deep threat. His performances on the field drew attention from larger programs, and after 2 successful seasons, Lacy decided to transfer to LSU, eager to test himself against the best competition in the country. The move to Baton Rouge was seen as a natural progression for Lacy, a chance to shine on a bigger stage and take his game to the next level.